Greetings, my fellow Ammonites. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 61, Ra's Blessing. Here we have our first bioregen pod, biosculptor. Now, we don't have regen cycle because we don't have the research for it. But we do have medic cycle, reverse age, that kind of stuff. And I just told them to load pemmican and kibble in. So we're going to fuel the pod up with Pem and Kib. What are bits? A bit is a penny, essentially. It's like a tip to a streamer. 1 bit is 1 penny. So like 100 bits is $1. Oh, it is sculpting now. Oh, well, thank you for more bits. I had the thought previously of putting Amun-Ra through a reverse age cycle. I do think that Amun-Ra probably should have his own pod dedicated to him. And then other people will switch, and I'll break the pods down and decide who goes through. So with that in mind, I probably do want 2 pods. One will be Amun-Ra pod, and the other will be General Pot pod that just gets broken down and recycled. Amun-Ra is an older man. Well, not older. He's 52. But the worry is I don't want him to get too old, because that could become dangerous. Oh. Firefly, you go fix this. Could saving it healed in the pod, since they're body purists? Yes, they could. But I'm definitely going to be polling on who goes first through the pod cycles. It's not just going to be anyone, everyone. Alright, when these beavers go for the next tree they want to eat... Sorry, Firefly, you're going to have a... There we go. As they group up, let's hit them with a pulse. Fight for my amusement. What? They're not as injured as I thought they would be. I hate them. Ooh, Maxu has yet another. I think... Guerrero, you come out here and you're going to be dropping your berserks on them. So, prediction. Will I get a combat sidecast? Yes or no? Put 2 minutes on the board for that. Maxu's rearing to go. Hitting level 4. Level 4 is, in my opinion, where like the sidecasts start getting interesting. It's not to say that the level 1, 2, and 3 sidecasts aren't good, but level 4 is where you get real powerful. It's like a whole jump order of magnitude, in my opinion. Die. This is also a really good way to feed myself, because these beavers are they're fatally bleeding, so they will eventually bleed out and die as a result of messing with them like this. Just berserking them and clearing them out. I don't really want to fight them like normally, because there's the risk of injury. The little beavers can really tear you up pretty good if you let them. So wait until they get knocked out. The other advantage is because it's forced rain, all the blood of the beaver fights get erased. This kind of reminds me of, you know, when you take two Skittles and you smush them together and see which one wins. And you just keep putting the Skittles through the ringer until there's only one Skittle left. That's kind of what I did to the Beavers here. I made them fight one another like Fight Club style. Fatal Fight Club style. I guess that'd be gladiatorial or whatever. And I believe we are down to no Beavers. Nope, no Beavers. Last one just croaked. So here is the Gen Pop biosculpt. There's not really any biosculpts for me to do until I unlock okay, words betray me. Until I unlock the ability to bioregen, like the good bioregen. And then I'm going to do a little recovery room over here. This will make more sense once it's built. But the idea with this is once people pop out of the biopod, I can have the robots automatically haul them to recovery beds and have this room here be not allowed for our colonists, but allowed for robots. So that robots, once someone pops out of the biopod, automatically moves that person who should be unconscious to a recovery bed here. And then as soon as they regain consciousness, this won't be an allowed zone, so they pop out of that zone. That way, no one really ever sees the robots. Or at least it severely limits the chance of accidental viewing of a robot. Yeah. My demise. Thanks to the resub. Congrats on hitting a full year. And Master Chief for more bits. You're far too generous. Okay, predictions are in. Maxu, you're up. I hope it's combat. How far is bioregen? It's like seconds from being done. Literally seconds from being done. And I'll put some steel beds in here for the purpose of the recovery room. Smoke pop. That's combat. Nice. 64% of you said yes, and you would be right. Who should go through the regen cycle first? To simplify the list... Okay, there it goes. To simplify the list, here are the options. A title holder. A title holder being... Firefly... Guero, or Maxu. Those are the title holders. Amon-Ra and Macho don't need it. The most injured would be whoever... I would go through the whole list and figure out who is the most beat up and put them through a regen cycle. Or the third option is just someone of my choice. And a bulk good's finally showing up. Nice. And the Shaman Merchant. Awesome. Thomas Ross, thanks for gifting out a sub. Quest expires. Oh, right, the prisoner quest. I will accept that in just minutes. Their bedroom did get built. Their plumbing not so good. I'm gonna wait until sunup though, because I'm gonna the prisoners are going to land here, and I'm gonna have to move them as a result of them landing in a forbidden area. And Amon-Ra is going to be the only one allowed to move them. So I'm going to wait until there's a lot of people to move them around. I can also use this as an anesthesia zone or something like that. Here, I can just set up a sleeping spot for it. Oh, you made an excellent bed. Look at that. Would not have expected Amun-Ra to make good beds. You make that a wooden door. And then the inside forbidden won't be allowed here. And then the forbidden won't be allowed here. So people normally can't go in there. Cool. Slap a roof on it. And then also, this will be included in the lab. Alright, the most injured. So Sabin's a pretty good contestant, but Sabin only has 3 injuries to recover because the leg won't go. Godfather has 2. Aviator has 3. Aviator with a missing nose also makes her disfigured, which I think weighs heavily. Marvelous has 3, and 1 is a head and 1 is an eye. So I might pull between Mike and Aviator. Guerrero also has 3. So Mike, Guerrero, and Aviator. Who should heal first? So Guerrero has a missing ear, missing toe, missing finger. Mike has a head scar, eye scar, missing toe. And Aviator has a missing nose, scar on the leg, and missing pinky. You can pick. All right, bulk goods trader. What you got for me? I have a heck of a lot of chocolate. Insect jelly. Ooh, you're out of money. That was quick. Man, they never have... Do you not even have wood? Why do I have a spare helmet? Someone must have taken off their helmet. You do have wood, but that's about it. Okay, so this trader sucks. They did not come with a good stock. I might end up donating stuff to them because I want to build up my reputation as well. Shock Lance, Insanity Lance, gold. Cool. I have so much herbal meds, I'm going to sell it. I hope it's not like a cursed omen. They also have Naturamine. Dang. Alright. Bunk goods trader. And then Amun-Ra is going to caravan this stuff into storage. The sensitive bits. Which I don't even know where they... Oh, they're up here. I still need to switch to a shock lance, so let me do that now. Alright, the things that nobody should see are being whisked away. It looks like Mike will be first contender. So Mike, you are going to be administered or anesthetized here. So, bioregion cycle for Mike. These conditions will be healed. I'm going to operate on Mike to knock him unconscious. He is out. Right, let me double check. Yep, he's sedated. I will carry him to the bioregeneration cycle. Once I load some Glitterworld meds in there for him. And in he goes. He is in there for 24 days. It's a long time, but it's a lot of injuries that are getting repaired. And then, as soon as he comes out, I believe... Oh, you know what I could do? Here we go. I'm going to change the layout of these to be a little larger. And I'm going to zone him to not leave this area. So that he physically cannot leave the biosculptor pod until I anesthetize him. Which is way safe. It's safer than this garbage. Way safer than that garbage. I like that much better. So I'll create a little zone here. Called Mike. And Mike will not be allowed to leave Mike's zone. So Mike, I'm going to drag you to the end. And you won't be able to leave. And there is a problem with this. Like, there is the pod itself. So there is that issue. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be anesthetized. I didn't test it, but I'm hoping he won't be. So the quest for all the prisoners we'll bring in now that everybody's awake. The prisoners should be landing in the... Oh no, some of them land outside. Good. So Amun-Ra is going to carry the prisoners that are inside out. And then I'm going to conscript the robots to do some carrying as well. One of them showed up with, like, plate armor. I hope they don't have a cow, man. And we'll get these guys all squared away. Captured and everything. It's pitch black, you won't see the pod? Nah. Maybe I'll test in my own time and figure out if it's going to be an issue. There's no one around, so I can drop a Maya there. Make sure that there's no one around when I drop the other two. Because, yeah, it's a tiny little corridor here, and that was kind of by design, so that there's not a lot of people coming and going, meaning that there's not a lot of opportunity for people to see things they shouldn't. Alright, the robots are going to be off the hook now. Drop. And carry James. Okay, cool. So I still like the idea of redesigning the area. I'm not sure if it's going to work out. So, Mike, you're a bit of a guinea pig. For better or for worse. I'm going to have them zoned here, but I'm also going to leave this here and have both methods of dealing with unconscious lab people intact. And we'll see what works best. So these guests, well, prisoners. Let's go to the prisoner tab. They are going to get meals, yes. And I am going to no interaction because I'm not trying to recruit them. They're also all paralyzed. So they're probably not going to be a lot of work other than having to feed them. But feeding them is going to take a lot of manual labor of the doctors. And unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of doctors, so it kind of sucks. For doctoring, I'm going to make Elizabeth, Lady Shell, and J-Fed high priority doctors. so that if there is someone unconscious, they'll bring them to a bed over here. Don't they have to get washed too? They do, but there is a wash basin over there, so that will be a little bit easier to accommodate. Neko says, put him to doctoring so that they can haul him. Already on it. Let's go back to cutting resources. An elaborate Rube Goldberg machine that knocks him out of place once he's done. I would like that. It's 24 days, so it's going to be a while. So as long as he stays safe and protected and pops out okay, I'm happy. At this point, I think I have plenty of beer. I'm going to start switching over to fiber corn. Yeah, I'll switch over to fiber corn. Never hurts to have more wood. In 24 days, I could just build a tunnel for him to walk out. So the issue is, he'll wake up inevitably next to the biosculptor, and that's the inherent danger. It's not so much the, like, what to do with him. It's, will he be unsedated when he pops out? I think we can maybe make an exception for, like, the biosculpt pods. Perhaps we'll have you vote on that. I'm not really sure. I would like to be able to biosculpt these people because they've given their blood and body parts for the defense of the city. So, yeah, we can maybe ignore the box that they pop out of. Or force them to wear a blindfold going in. But not extend that blindfold rule to anything else in the colony. Something like that, I don't know. Maxu, a shooting frenzy. That's going to be so useful as the dedicated brawler to our community that you are. Oh man, so much washing. So much washing. Why is Amun-Ra going to... Oh, because this is backed up or something? Stupid dryads. Splat. Where's my doggo? Like real life doggo? He's right here. Wingwee, thanks for the follow, by the way. I think I have opportunity at Festival of Koyak. Yeah, I do. Let's kick that off. Oh. I have to be very careful. Luckily, the robots weren't seen, but I did invite them to go to the Festival of Koyak. I just noticed that they were heading over there before it was fatal. What breed is he? He's a mix. He's a Maltese Italian Greyhound and Poodle mix. It was a fun festival. I know I haven't gotten any more of Taz Hammer because I've been so busy with this stuff. But maybe at the end, and we are basically at the end of the stream, I will do the... space drone hack. It's probably tomorrow morning. All right, so there's Mike's little room. He is getting a bit of a cleanliness speed factor down here. So 5% faster. I'm not transhumanist, which like halves the cooldown, which would be nice. And Squeakums is heat stroked. Uh-oh. Wow, I still have high priority hauling on. Oops. Squeakums is a nudist and not wearing a robe to protect from the heat, which I guess makes no sense in real life, but not wearing a robe to protect from the heat is causing the heat stroke to be more serious than it would be otherwise. Don't forget the animals. They still have passive coolers. They've had passive coolers this whole time. It's obviously an oversight of mine that I should have like remedied a long time ago, but I've left it, and it's worked to my favor because now they're fine. When is the next RimWorld stream? It will be next Saturday, as Scorpioza mentioned, and it won't be this. It will actually be the miniseries marathon, which is going to be a vampire-themed series of vampires fighting the Shattered Empire. And it will be up to 12 hours of that one-time streamed series. So join me if you want. The title of the series is called Crimson Empress, if you're wondering. Still working out the finer details. I've been very busy in real life. Not in a fun way. Yeah, this heat wave is hot. The other thing I need to worry about is I don't think that these prisoners have a way to, like, cool down. And, oh, they are seriously heat-stroked, so I was right to be as more worried as I am. Let me do 2 passive coolers immediately. And get them not to die. I'm being paid to take care of them, so... Alright, and I'm going to set the windows up for automatic ventilation, which is... they will flick closed when it is an appropriate temperature for them to be open. So we should see them flicking closed here. Alright, it's 93 in there. Oh, still climbing. Man, these guys are real not good. I guess they don't need to be flicked. What is their comfortable temperature? It's 80 Fahrenheit? Oh, come on. That is not easily obtainable in this heat wave. Oh, these windows are currently sealed. Okay. I will have more passive coolers then. I don't think I can afford for them to... well, I can afford the wood. I don't want them to die, so more passive coolers. Okay, temperature is lowering. Their heat stroke should be dropping here any second now. I should find the most serious one. Yeah, it is dropping. Yep. Dropped for all of them. Okay. That crisis averted. What was interesting about that is I wasn't actually warned about their impending death. I don't know why the game wasn't like, hey, your prisoner's about to die from heat stroke. Maybe it was, but I'm only getting warnings for Squeakums. Oh, now Guero. But yeah, I wasn't really getting warnings for them, unless I was ignoring them. I did say that I would try the space drone hack, and I'll go a little longer to do that. Firefly and Kargan formed a bond. Oh boy. If Firefly dies, Tech Wolf and Kargan are going to go rampaging, and that's going to be a big issue. One real, very serious downside to bonds. I'm about to get tier 2 androids researched. And I think I'm going to just choose for myself charging stations, so I don't have to keep feeding the robots food, which causes a lot of filth and requires a lot of extra calories, which I don't always have to afford. And next stream, I'll poll whether you want me to continue charging station research or jump to something else. What about power? Well, I have power. I have 1,000 watts of spare power sitting here in this network that I'm not using. So power is not the issue. The issue is food, I think. My robot's getting heat stroke? Excuse me, what? Okay. Guess you're overheating? What I have just realized is the lab is not cold enough. The lab dropped to negative 15 Celsius. It needs to be at least negative 17 to stop infestations, so I'm setting up 2 more freezers. And then Elizabeth and JFed will get them built. And these freezers is tuned to negative 27, so let's drop it down, or 29. Alright, that should be cold enough now. So now I only have 700 spare watts. I think the lab will... Yeah, it should eventually get there. Taking a look at the animals to make sure the animals aren't heat-stroked. No, the barns here are totally temperate, so I don't think that's an issue. And nobody even has heat stroke at the moment. So I'm going to not automatically refuel these passive coolers, so I can save on wood. And now that it's 10 a.m., and I will fulfill my promise, Taz Hammer Space Drone. Please land somewhere convenient. Ah, it's not convenient at all. I hate when it's so close to the edge of map, because when it's this close to the edge of map, it's honestly pretty dangerous, because the raids essentially teleport in on top of you, which sucks. Abixable, thank you for the sub. What about the beer? I think the beer's ruined. Yeah, all ruined by temperature. I already have a ton of beer. Yeah, I have 245 beer already. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. If you take a look at mood drugs, we only drink beer when we're at 65 mood or below, and nobody in the colony is there at the moment. So we don't really use beer that much. So I'm hitting Amun-Ra with focus. Goro and Maxi are going to be out in front a little bit. Also, Macho can do skip shield on us if they come in as shooters. But we have everyone sort of grouped up, except for Sabin, who's doctoring and also physically too slow to even bother fighting. Send the animals as precaution too? Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. They should be... Yep, here they come. I really don't even need a zone. I just need to tell them to follow during drafting. And raids are arriving in 5 hours. So, current priority is to research Android tech and get Taz Hammer. Yeah, she's on prisoner wash duty, cleaning out those bedpans. Negative 19C. Okay, we got there. 7 desperate refugees. It expires in 7 days, so it's not something I am going to do this stream. So as you can see in the goal, I put it off for next stream. Just vote next time. Dim Tacos is starving. No, you ain't. And Bonzo is just to my south. Alright, so there's the skip shield and the berserk. Here's another berserk pulse. Amon-Ra can drop some berserks as well. There's also the case, and I'm going to pause just a second to look for planters. So Nervous and Ugly, maybe not a good candidate. We'll look for better. I have 2 charged lance shocks to be able to take whoever I want. The neurotic psychopathic, no. And I really want plant work because that's what we're lacking the most. Oh god, they are not good at plants. Great Memory Ugly. Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah, Eel has plants. I think that's the only one that has plant skill. I guess another way to do this is to go to the enemy tab and just go to plants. That's a bit easier. So Kryokyo or whatever is a neurotic psychopath. What about Gorilla? Great memory. Should I shock for a prisoner? They are all kind of mediocre at best. So the ones that we have is Gorilla, who's got Plant 6, Great Memory Ugly, can't do social. Eel, who can do social, which might be good for entertaining guests, but is also ugly, so the guests won't like him. Nervous Germaphobe. And then Rio, whatever, neurotic psychopath that can't do social either, but does have a burning plant. Looks like the nays are leading here. So I'm not going to go out of my way to shock anyone. Where'd I even skip that person? I don't even know. Hey, Firefly. Stampede! Oh, you fleeing? Yeah, I don't blame you. You best run! Ow, poor Lino got stabbed in the heart. So, Best Doctor, Aviator 10 is the one that should patch these guys. Eel is down. And capturable. Okay. Should I take eel? Didn't have to lance, but they did survive. I think they're the only survivor? Minus Tasselboar, or whatever their name is. Who's not a bad crafter. Let's see. Thrip. Hull. Ooh, uranium plate armor? Wow, alright. And it looks like the Yays are winning. It was destiny. So, eel, you will get a very crummy bed right there. I probably should patch them up as they are now. I'm going to have Firefly stay here with Amon-Ra, with all the animals. So, Aviator 10 will patch, and then Thomas will hang out, because Thomas is also stabbed. Twitch is very potato-y. You're not wrong about that. Twitch has been a real nightmare for me today. So, eel... He's almost not bleeding. Never mind. Eel got up and died. Oh, man. Rip. So getting the animals patched up in case we need them again. I don't think we will, because we'll be able to fully hack this space drone before it matters. Oh no! Tech Wolf is missing a paw. That's not something that grows back. It would be kind of neat if like amphibians, like lizards, could regrow body parts. Elephants, please get clear. Okay, there we go. Space drone has been hacked. We now have 4 of the 5 relic pieces of information. And welcome back, chat. You kind of missed it. I hacked it. And Aviator 10 patched them up, but Tech Wolf did lose a paw. The other animals have been patched. And that wraps up the stream. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch, July 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ammonites.